Alright, thank you for joining us again for the How to Lucid videos. We've got this question today from our buddy Cleo. He says, I find it hard to stay aware of myself throughout the whole day. He says when he's at school or college and he's studying science and English and various other subjects, he finds that he slips out of awareness and just sort of goes into almost like an autopilot kind of state, I guess you could say. So he says, how can I be aware of myself throughout the day and be aware of myself all the time instead of just at various stages throughout the day? Okay, well, the first thing to realize is that it's not a bad thing. It's actually fairly normal to be aware at certain times in the day and then unaware in other times, because it's easy to forget. Sometimes we just have other things on our mind, distractions, and when we're really paying attention to something, like for example a lecture or someone speaking or something that's going on, it's easy to get distracted and become less aware of things like, oh, am I dreaming or not? Because it's not a normal thing. Well, at least it's not a common thing for people to actually ask themselves regularly whether they're dreaming or not. People just assume that what's around them is reality and they don't question it. So I guess the point of all that I just said is give it time, relax about the whole situation, practice it, and try not to stress too much about it. A good way to sort of practice and make sure that you don't miss times where you could be doing reality checks is to actually set a timer. So maybe every hour, for example, you set a timer on your watch and do a reality check at that time. So that way, you don't need to worry about forgetting or about drifting into distractions, because you know that every hour your alarm's going to go off and you're going to do a reality check and you're going to be aware. So that's my main suggestion for this question, is I would just set an alarm every hour on maybe a vibrate on your phone or on your watch, like a quiet tone, so you don't disturb people around you. And when it goes off, do a reality check, and then maybe 10 minutes after that you'll probably remember to be aware, and then maybe you'll be distracted for another 50 minutes, 40 minutes. It doesn't really matter, as long as you're doing it regularly. And by regularly I mean at least every hour is a good sort of benchmark to go for. Then within a few weeks it should start showing up in your dreams. Now, it's obviously not guaranteed and it's not going to be the same for everyone, but generally speaking, and sort of using this as a ballpark, if you do reality checks every hour, you should be experiencing them in at least some of your dreams. It won't be every night, because that sort of skill requires a lot of practice, a lot of experience, but every hour is a good target to aim for, and they should start appearing in your dreams. So hopefully that's answered your question, Cleo. Again, if anyone has any questions, please send them in to either this email address here I'm writing out, howtolucid. Or you can message the channel, you can tweet them, you can message the Facebook group. So any questions you have, as I say, send them in. I'll do my best to answer them.